Hello guys, I'm Futureal. I stream 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/Futureal, and today we are starting a leveling series for Diablo 2 Resurrected. These guides will go through all the characters and, in my opinion, the nicest way and the fastest way to level these characters to level approximately around level 75. A lot of the things that we were going to go through is not meant for already established players. This is very important that you understand when you watch this video. This is meant for people that are returning to the game from a long time away or completely new players. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to say in here is very basic. It's not going to be very advanced, and if you are completely new to the game or you haven't played the game for 15 years, this is exactly the kind of video that you are going to want to watch. The first character we're going to start with is the Druid, and the endgame leveling on the Druid is of course the Wind Druid. It is the most solid build for a Druid for PvM in the game, and it's where we want to end up. However, to reach the Wind Druid spec, which is around level 30, I do heavily suggest you to start the build as Fire. Fire is very strong at the lower level, and it's going to take you a lot shorter amount of time to reach that level 30 plus. So we're going to need a couple of things. First of all, you're going to want to farm Countess. You're going to need to farm the runes for a lore staff. You're going to need to farm the runes for a stealth armor. The lore staff, the base item, you can buy from Akara in Act 1, and you should try to buy a staff with 2 sockets that have no skills on them. This would be the cheapest way of getting a base for your lore. The stealth armor, you can buy the base from Charcy, also in Act 1, and you don't need to worry about defense, you don't need to worry about anything, you just get a 2 open socket grey armor. Then you keep just running Countess, get your runes, and when you reach Act number 2, you need to get a large shield with 3 sockets. You can shop this from Farah in Act number 2. She is the blacksmith in the middle of the city, and this is going to be important later on when you want to make Ancient's Pledge when you reach Act number 5. You want to try to keep your strength no more over 34, which is the required for the Ancient's Pledge shield. This is because any point you put into strength is literally taking health out of your character. You can, in some cases, invest more strength if you find an item that is very good, a lot of resistances, maybe it already has strength or life or dex on it that you would want to use, but try to keep your strength as low as possible. Before you're going to respec Wind Druid, you are going to want to have a Spirit Sword. This is going to be active at level 25, and it requires 4 sockets. So for the sword that you want to find, it has to be either a broadsword, a crystal sword, or a long sword. And then you have to find them in Act 4 Chaos Sanctuary normal, or later, or at the start of Nightmare. This is because the item level of this item is going to determine how many sockets you can get on there when you take it to the Larzok socket quest. If you find your sword there, or at normal cows, you can safely take this item to the Larzok quest in Act number 5, and you will get 4 sockets every time. You want to spec Wind Druid between level 50 and level 30. It doesn't really matter very much when you change the build. There's more information about this in the actual footage you're about to see, but I would suggest you to not respec Wind later than Nightmare Travancore. From there on, you are going to find a lot of fire immunes, and you are going to really struggle with your fire druid. So check out the video. If you enjoy the video, please hit me up with a like and a subscription on the button down below. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next guide video, take care, and I will see you then. So we're going to test out the Druid with the new graphics. We're going to do a little bit of a explanation of why we do what we do. The Druid in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction was not a very vastly played character, but he can be very strong, especially the Wind Druid. If I can find the frickin' talents here. Inventory. Well, not inventory. We need... Where is it? Skill tree. There we go. especially the elemental druid, is pretty strong. Later on, you would want to play, you know, Tornado Hurricane is the end game for that build, but you will definitely have to level as Fissure, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take it from here, and we just go, right? Don't worry about the quest log stats. Oh, we're just gonna go for Vitality. And we have the first point in Firestorm. There we go, so we got some mana. Now we can use this mana to kill the pack. Right? That's how we work.
Such stones are common back
Put up a
home.
portal here. And just go through the underground passage. They do not, assassin. They are not allowed to do that. What a sound when you level up. So weird.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay.
Not enough mana.
Alright, so we just got level 6. That means that you can take your first point in a Molten Boulder. And I like putting my Molten Boulder over on this button over here. So it will be there. And that one there. Now I have both my damaging spells on a hotkey. The cairn stones in the stone field. So the way to really like give yourself good experience in this game is to basically skip any white monster. You only want to try your best to kill elites. That's how you ensure yourself with very, very good experience gain. Alright, so we're gonna keep going for Firestorm here. Alright, first tower run. To run the towers optimally, you wanna always take the leftmost course relative to how you enter. So you see that this entrance is in this direction, so that means that left is this way relative from your character's spawning position. So you have to take less, no, you have to take left at any intersection to have the closest, and you can already see the exit spawning on the map. What is the runes for leaf, by the way? I just realized I don't remember the leaf runes. It's a Nef tier? It's Tiral, okay. Sounds good. So we're gonna do Futureal, and we're gonna do Tal F. Oh, Neft here is Nadir, okay. Oh, throwing knife. I'm gonna grab that. For the gold. Ral F. Okay, good start. So now we need Tal and Tyr. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a new skill. More Firestorm. And we're gonna go for Vitality. Majority of people are saying Tyr Ral, so that's what we're gonna go for. There's a lot of elites here. Continue with Vitality. More Firestorm. Alright, we're about to get the first level of Fissure. Wolfhead. Oh. There we go. So we just reached level 12. Continue to putting points in Vitality after we have 25, and we get the first point in Fissure. All right, so this is where we have to. This is where we have to get our staff now. And the GPU usage on my computer is fluctuating between 30 and now it's down to 30, 84, 65. Then it goes like 90%. How did I decide on Druid? Because Dorastar said everyone's playing Sorceress. And I said, I don't want to play Sorceress. One, two, three, 4. 34. There we have it. Oh, wrong room. Okay, we are still level 14, so I'm assuming that we're probably going to be level 15 when we fight Duriel. It's a little bit early for my taste. when I'm doing a playthrough, as obviously this is not a speed run. I like being level 16 or 17 here. Like getting to Act 2 and having your stealth activated, that's what I like. So that you pretty much get level 17 at Andariel. So yeah, I do think it's a little under-leveled now for my comfort. I would usually have increased the player count so that I could have gotten some more levels, but that's not so easy on single player or on online. And Duriel really doesn't like fire damage, does she?
Mana. Not enough mana.
Okay.
Dario, your reign is over.
Alright, as you can see guys, we have just beaten Andariel. We are level 15 and a bit. Ideally, I would have liked to been 17 when Andariel dies. I mean, I want to say this is not a speedrun, I'm a completionist. I do all the quests, I do all the waypoints. You don't have to do that, but I like having my stealth active when I start Act number 2. This is easier on single player because you can adjust the player count. It's also easier and almost guaranteed if you play in a group from the start. So we're gonna go and check out the cinematics, and then I will see you on the other side. Alright, we have an extra level. That's gonna be a bit more damage. Gonna pump vitality here. Alright, there we have it. Alright, so we are on our way down to the Claw Viper Temple. We just hit level 17 and we equipped our stealth. Now we have run walk, we have more cast rate, and we do have some resistances. So 2 more levels to equip our leaf staff. Alright. Oh, rare boots, not bad. If those boots have 10% faster run walk. That's going to be rad. Oh, it has hit recovery. But hit recovery is still not terrible. We will take that.
It is an honor to serve you.
Oh, we put those in, but we didn't put these in. Yeah, so we're gonna go fissure more, of course. Oh, there we have it. Level 19. There we go. And we have a staff. Not bad. That's gonna be... the ladder will happen later. But, I mean, the biggest issue, though, is that why the hell are they hyping this up as much as they are if there's not gonna be a race? Like, people are gonna be so hyped to play this game and to actually race to get to the highest level, right? And then there's not going to be any ladder standing. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. There are ladder-only rune words today, and those will persist unless they have changed their minds. Alright guys, we have arrived at Duriel. We are level 20 and we have the staff ready. So I'm going to show you guys a really nice trick. I don't think I technically need to do this with this character right now because my character is quite strong. You know, we have the leaf staff and we have the stealth, so it's probably not necessary, but we are going to do it anyway for the sake of showing you guys what you can do. So we click this and start the event. We actually did find the trident there, that was kind of funny. And we are gonna go and pick ourselves up a defensive mercenary. Something that is very, very nice. You don't really need to buy a mercenary until this point. So we're just looking here, Defiance. Defiance level 17. That's the one we want. And you double click him and he is hired. So he's level 17 and we give him this trident that I just picked up. You don't need to pick up this trident. You can go to Farah right here.
Blessings to you.
And she's gonna have white weapons on the second tab here, pole arms that you can buy. So you just buy a cheap one of these and give them to him, so that you have some extra DPS on your side. Head over to Lysander. See these yellow potions, thawing potions. They do remove frost effects from you, but another added cool bonus is that they also give you frost resistance. Was there a 3-socketed one, Sven? Did I miss that one? That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I have the runes for Malice though. Aha. What are the runes for Malice? Ith. Where's Ith? Ith is there. Ith. L. Jesus Christ, it's lagging right now. And F. Alright, so we actually managed to make Malice for our mercenary. This is a super strong weapon for your mercenary if you are lucky enough to find the runes that we did. So we're gonna dump this on our mercenary. You can give it straight on the portrait. You don't have to open the portrait. And you see we switched this out. I have no idea why it's lagging so bad. It's FPS lag. It's not internet lag. It's FPS lag in the game, 100%. So, as I was talking about, the thawing potions, you can check out my cold resistance here is 49%. And then we chug a thawing potion and we're up to 85. So we're gonna chug 4 of these. That's gonna increase the duration of how long that lasts. And then we are gonna give our mercenary also 4 of these.
Thanks.
I'm on, I should be on NA, Colin.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure I'm on NA. Right, so we're back. You can see the orifice has opened the door, and we are gonna jump in and attempt Duriel. So here we go. And try to stay on range. Stay away like this. You can shift click 1 to give... Oh, that was a lag, and the mercenary got killed while I couldn't do anything. The FPS lag is quite bad right now. So anyways, another way you can kill this is you just put the fissure in the middle and you run in a circle. You see he whittles down and dies quite fast. It's not much he can do. You just run in a circle around, put the fissure down in the middle, and he's just gonna do circles inside. Inside there. So that's Duriel. And we're gonna take a little bit of a look here on a couple of things. We are level 20, as I mentioned. If you do this in a group, I think that you would probably be higher than level 20. Level 20 is fine, although I might suggest to go to like level 22 in Act 2 before you head off to Act number 3. It's going to make it a little bit less stressful to get to level 25 by Act 4. And the way you do that is in Canyon of the Magi. You know, all the tombs you see, we have the minimap over here. This is the correct one that we went to. All these tombs, they give a lot of experience, and you can just instead of doing the correct one straight away, you can do all the other tombs. If you are in a group with 3 or 4 people, you will have a very, very good experience. Another thing also, your skill tree is going to look something like this. You're going to want to put all your points in Firestorm, 1 point in Boulder, and then as soon as you can take Fissure at level 12, you will put all your points in Fissure. Stats, you will go to about 34 points in stats. This is because you later, when you ditch the fire damage staff and respect to wind, you're going to want to use a Ancient's Pledge large shield that needs 34 strength. So yeah, this is it. And also, may I suggest that I have some gameplay tips for you guys. You see I have chosen here, I have Firestorm on my shift left click, and I have Fissure on my right click. I use Fissure as a AoE ability. As I'm pulling these towards me, I'm putting it here, and I'm like dragging the targets into the AoE. So you want to like gather up mobs like this, and you want to make them move towards you, so that they walk into the fire and perish. It's almost the same kind of playstyle you do with poison javelins. And also, I use Firestorm as a single target ability. You can look at the damage. It has 243 damage, and this one has 294. But it's more, it's almost like the Blizzard. You can look at the ground. You see it doesn't damage evenly. So it's better when you have one target. Maybe you want to put down one Fissure, and then you just do DPS with one spell like this. You see, it still works quite well to just use the Fissure. So yeah, that was the Druid to level 20. Not very complicated. Act 1. You make sure that you do tower runs until you can make stealth and leaf. As an added bonus, if you are lucky enough, let me just resurrect my mercenary over here.
Good evening.
That was the wrong button. If you are lucky enough to find the runes for Malice, that is an absolute enormous bonus for your mercenary. This is a very, very good rune word for your mercenary. So when you need to hire a mercenary before the normal Duriel fight, if you can make Malice, that is fantastic. I would not recommend farming Malice unless you need it. So this is very, very optional, very, very RNG based, but good if you can make it. Right. As you have seen now, we have played through the game up until this point. We cannot go any further, as you see here. If you try to talk to Mashif, he's not going to send you to Act 3. So what is the continuation here? If you have been following this guide, you will be around level 20. As I said before, I do recommend you to level about to level 22, and you can use Talrash's tombs to do that. Tomb runs are going to be very popular up to level 22, 23 on the ladder. Even to level 25 if you're getting boosted. But if you're doing solo play, or if you're playing with a friend or two, do some tomb runs until you reach level 22 before you go to Act 3. There is also a possibility to do some farming in Act 3. Specifically in Kurast Bazaar, there is a temple called the Ruined Temple. It's where you get the book for Alcor in one of the quests in Act 3, where you get the 5 stats as your reward. Battlemaid Serena in there and her pack gives a lot of experience. So if you haven't quite reached level 23.5, almost 24 by the time you're finishing Act 3, do a couple of Serena runs and push yourself close to level 24. At that point you are going to be level 25 when you kill Diablo in Act 4, and that is absolutely imperative, or you will have a experience penalty when you start Act 5. So basically from here you just play through the game, make sure that your level is up to speed. You need to pay attention to your level. This is the only place you need to pay attention to your level, actually. You just have to be level 25 before you hit Act 5. Just play through the game, do the quests, pick up the waypoints, do all those things. And when you reach Act 5, if you are playing single player, you can obviously increase the player count using this command right here. You can do /players 3. At first, when you get stronger, you can put it up all the way to players 8. This is going to give your enemies 50% more health and 50% more experience gain when you kill them. And I would recommend farming Eldritch if you are on single player and solo play. If you're completely alone in the game and you are on single player, farm Eldritch and change the player count as you go along. You can farm him to level 35, 36 very easily. Hey AFK, thank you for the raid. And once you have reached level 30, level 35 on Eldritch in your single play, move on to the Ancients and move on to Baal, complete the game. On Battle.net, if you are playing on the ladder servers, don't worry about Eldritch, go for a group, get Ancients, get everything quest through the game, and do Baal runs. On softcore, I would say maybe you should get level like 33, 34 is fine. And on hardcore, there is a argument to go even to level 45 on normal Baal runs. And for Nightmare difficulty, it's just play through the game. There is nothing special about Nightmare difficulty. As soon as you have sorted out your early leveling, you have done your normal Baal runs to your desired level, just play through Nightmare, either alone or with a group, and when you reach the Baal runs, Baal run your way up to high 60s for softcore, and I personally go all the way to level 75 on hardcore. Transitioning into Hell difficulty, this is where things get tough for many classes, so making sure that you have extra levels right here. When you start Hell difficulty, use the Nightmare Baal runs to get extra levels. If you are having problems, level up to level 75, even 76 on Nightmare Baal runs, and then move on. Your mercenary is going to be a lot stronger. The lack of gear is somehow made up for by having extra skill points, and you can that way play your way through Hell difficulty. Depending on which character you play, there are different areas that are good to farm, and we're going to cover this in a later video where I will show you where the different classes are good at farming. But that was it for this Druid guide. Unfortunately, we can't get past Act 2 in the beta right now, so I hope that you find it useful, and also please take into consideration the tips that I mentioned now at the end of the video. So from here, that's going to be it for the Druid, and we are going to go over to the Barb.